My condolences, first of all, to to you and the family. So what can you tell me about about the death of Bubba Smith?
Well, we were actually scheduled to go to the gym the day that he passed, and he's had back surgery and a number of things, and his health seemed to be on the mend. He was getting better, the back was healing, he was actively working out in the gym. That's something that we've done. I've known him for about 38 years, and we worked out on a regular basis at the same gym. Everybody at the gym is really devastated by this, because Bubba had time for everybody. I mean, if you walked up and just introduced yourself, and Bubba would sit and spend time talking to everybody at the gym. He was respectful for everybody, and it's just a great loss. Not only as a ex-football player that one demographic knows. The other day it was a police officer here, and she said that she had seen Police Academy when she was about 10 years old, and that inspired her to become a police officer. And I said, I think that's very ironic, because if the world was full of Bubba Smiths, we wouldn't need police officers. I mean, that's just what kind of human being he was. So we have a great loss of an individual that had a great heart, that always took time with people, that was completely colorblind, and it's a great loss for all of us.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. So you, as far as his family's here, his friends are here, and it's kind of, from what I understand, they kind of blend into one. The family and friends are it's all family.
Aren't we all like that? I mean, the family that we have is pretty much the cards we're dealt when we come into this world, and the people that we become close to are the family that we choose. And Bubba had a large, what you would call, family. Everybody, basically, to know him was to love him. Whether you played at Michigan State, whether you played for the Baltimore Colts or the Oakland Raiders or the Oilers, and later on, people that worked with him in the movie industry. The demographic of people my age remembered Bubba as a football player, and then people of a different demographic remembered him in the motion picture industry with the police academies and the Miller Lite commercials and the various movies that he did. And the small lucky ones were the ones that knew him in real life, away from the football fields and away from the movies. But we got to know him as a human being and as a friend, and it's just a terrible loss for everybody here left behind.
I see. So he actually worked out till the day he died, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah. He was. We were going to the gym that day. It was Wednesday. It was time to go to the gym, and I guess God's answers are smarter than our prayers. I don't know how else to put it. We all have a date that we're going to leave this world, and the ones left behind are the ones that really have to mourn the loss of someone that we don't have around anymore.
Interesting. So was he involved in any charities, that kind of thing?
Bubba was charitable to everybody. Everybody he met. If somebody needed something and he could do something, he would. And he did it without a camera or a pre-rehearsed press release or anybody knowing about it. He did it just like you would get up and pick up your newspaper in the morning. He thought nothing of it other than if someone needed something, what he could, he would do, and what he couldn't, he would try. I mean, that was just the person he was.
Well, let me ask you this. For somebody who's known him for so long, what do you think he'd want his legacy to be?
Well, his legacy is what it is already. It's regardless of what I want. His legacy to people that knew him as a football player was a great, talent. People that knew him in the acting arena was someone that provided entertainment, and people that knew him personally, like I did, and several other people that have been devastated by the loss. His legacy was already created by Bubba's actions, not only as an athlete and actor, but more importantly as a human being.
All right, and as far as the circumstances of just there's no waiting for the results to come back, that kind of thing.
Well, anytime there's something like this happens, the police have to eliminate any possible foul play. It's normal procedure to go through and find out if there was a toxicology problem, if there was medicine involved. Bubba didn't do drugs or anything like that. The only thing that he would do is whatever he was prescribed by his doctors to deal with his pain. And if you've ever had back surgery or any kind of surgery like that, and someone that's a former football player learns to live in pain.
Of course.
So
did he follow all the talk in the NFL about the concussions and that kind of thing as well?
He was very involved in that. He was very concerned with many players that played during his day that had premature life taken away from them for a variation of reasons, and that's been documented. I think it's a concern of the NFL now. They've made a lot of rule changes. It's a much more violent game back when Bubba played than it is now, but you're still having head injuries, but it's a violent sport. Bubba's always been interested in making things better for players now, future players, and players of the past that he played for. He was very concerned with their well-being and how the league took care of them, how the new players remember how much of a sacrifice they made to make the life that they have today. And Bubba was just interested in if he saw something on the news that was an injustice to anybody, not just an ex-football player, it could have been someone,
he spoke out,
of anybody that he saw an injustice, he would speak out on it. And if he had an ability to do something about it, he would.
Great. Listen, sir, I appreciate your time, and once again, my condolences.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I'm a huge fan, by the way.
Well, you know, there's a lot of people like yourself that are huge fans, and it is a loss. That's all I can say. We have lost a great person, and we just have to keep on and go on and try to be inspired in what he believed in to make all our lives better.
Great. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.